What's going on today, guys? It's your boy Dragon Master coming at you. So, two things. First off, I made the announcement that I wasn't going to have access to the Dragon Master page for quite a while because of lack of internet access. That has since changed. I actually did forget that I do have all of my login information on my Alienware laptop, the same computer that I've been recording the videos on. And thanks to my girlfriend having internet, I now have full access back onto the Dragon Master page. So while I did upload a couple Dragon Master videos to my other page, the Big Sea Dog page, I am now back in full control of Dragon Master. So that's the first thing I want to get out of the way. The second thing is, a lot of you are probably watching this video right now, and you're like, why does Dragon Master, why does this guy have his face painted? My face is painted for a number of reasons. One, for any of you guys out there who are familiar with the rap group ICP, the Insane Clown Posse, I am a juggalo through and through. I wear my hatchet proudly, both the necklace, and my tattoo. I have several ICP based merchandise, shirts, blankets, stuff like that. My Hatchet Man, of course. I have almost every ICP album ever made. I'm missing one from my collection so far. I actually take it back. I might be missing 2 or 3 right now. But nonetheless, so my face is painted up because I am a juggalo. Again, for those of you who are familiar with ICP, all juggalos are highly celebrating the fact that, this is 2017. 17 is a very how do I want to put this? It's the word I'm looking for is escaped me right now, but it's kind of like a very important number to the Juggalo community, especially since the year 2017, like any other year, basically, it only comes around once every 100 years. The odds of someone actually living long enough to see a year that ends in 17 is like this big astronomical thing. So that's another reason. Also, ICP is holding the Juggalo March this month. I believe it's on the 18th. Sadly, I won't be able to attend. I'd love to. It's a march on DC against the gang labeling that the Juggalos have received here back in, I believe, 2011. And we've been fighting it ever since. So that's another reason. A couple other reasons. Halloween is right around the corner, so I'm kind of celebrating Halloween as well. Now, this isn't just going to be like an occasional thing. This is something that I intend on doing from here on out until I feel otherwise. Along with that, again, Halloween. I work at Spirit Halloween. It's a very interesting Halloween store. We got a lot of interesting shit. If you've never been to a Spirit, I highly suggest and highly recommend that you go. We got shit for all ages. Basically anything you could want. Fog machines, Halloween decor, skeleton skulls. Like me, I'm a huge skull lover. Go. Just go check it out. You don't have to buy anything, but at least check it out and be like, you never know. You might be like, oh shit, this place is real fucking awesome. I work at the one in Triadelphia, West Virginia, up at the shopping center called the Highlands. Feel free to come down, check it out, talk to me, talk to any of the staff. We'll be more than willing to help you out with that. No, they are not sponsoring this video. They are not paying me to say that. It's just my thing. 6 years in retail, I find a way to try to push sales for whatever store I work at through any means. Comes with the, I guess you can say, comes with the title of sales associate, or just working in retail. Period. Another reason my face is painted up. One of my favorite Yugi tubers is CyberKnight8610. I'm a huge fan of his. I don't miss a single fucking video. I don't care how how stupid some of the packs might be. What Simo said about the new Legendary pack, for example. I watch all the videos because on top of being, a for fun duelist and a highly competitive duelist at that, I'm also a collector. So I collect cards no matter what. Someone says don't buy a pack. I'm buying the pack anyway. So, you're wasting your breath telling me that. But I got in contact with him, and I asked him, I'm like, how do I work on being, sponsored to do these videos? And he basically just said, be unique, do something unique. And this is my way, one of my ways of being very unique about things. I've never seen another Yu-Gi tuber, dress up as anything, put on the face paint, anything like that. So this is my way of being unique for my viewers. You could see this video, see me all painted up, be like, this motherfucker looks weird. Let's click on that and see what's going on. And really, being unique on YouTube anymore is kind of hard because everyone's doing so much of the same shit, and it's just like, how do I make it my own? This is my way of making it my own. I might be doing the same thing for the Big Sea Dog channel. That is still to be seen. I don't post on that channel very much, mainly because I'm working on this channel. So that all that said and done, all the boring details and bullshit about my face being painted up and all that shit's out of the way. Also, before I move on with today's discussion, the videos that you see playing on my Acer laptop in the background, again, it's my way of kind of being unique, along with the Yu-Gi-Oh background that I've got going as well. People tend to say, oh, whatever goes on in the background, they're not really paying attention to what's being talked about in the video, stuff like that. I tend to disagree, because even if someone is being, bored by whatever you're talking about, if something's going on in the background, like, some music videos playing or a movie playing or something like that, they've got something to focus on while listening to the person talk about whatever it is they're talking about, whether it be like politics, religions, Yu-Gi-Oh, how corrupt our government is, stuff like that. So, again, this is all part of me just kind of being unique, certain shit like that. So, today's discussion, I'm first off going to hit something on the ban list, something I should have done in my last video, but I didn't do it. Again, that was the video that was posted to the Big Sea Dog page. I might be posting those same two videos to the Dragon Master page now that it's back up and running. Of course, those are with me without the face paint on. So it is a possibility those will be posted to this channel as well. Otherwise, go check them out. They're literally the two latest videos that I've put on that channel. Now, as for today's discussion, again, one thing is going to be hitting on the one thing I'm going to be touching on is something Konami needs to do concerning the ban list and their statement as far as pushing players to focus more on the power of the main deck now, rather than continuing to have us focus on the extra deck, even with the new Link monsters. And in my last video, I kind of touched on, them needing to hit Zodiac real hard on the ban list by banning the cards like Zodiac Barrage, like Broad Bull, and like Trident as well. Now, one thing, again, I should have touched on this in that video. I didn't, and I do apologize, so I'm going to do it now. They do need to take, in response to their whole, focusing on the main deck for power as your main source of power now, they need to take certain cards off the ban list as well. A couple of draw power cards, just to name a couple of spell cards off real quick, would be like Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity. Graceful Charity, I never really understood why it got banned to begin with, because it is basically, it's just like trade-in, in the sense that, okay, you might get to draw these cards, but you need to do this too. where, trade in, you discard one level 8. I think it's designated to one level 8 dragon type monster. You get to draw 2 cards. Graceful Charity is you draw 3 cards, but you have to discard 2. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't understand why the card's banned, because it's already got an effect. It's basically a reverse effect of trade-in. Because with trade-in, you discard 1, you discard 1, you draw 2. With Graceful Charity, you draw 3, discard 2. So it's kind of like a reverse. Because in reality, with Graceful Charity, yeah, you might decide, I'm going to keep all 3 of these cards and ditch 2 other cards from your hand, depending on the number of cards you have in your hand. But in reality, you're really only drawing like 1 card because of that effect. So I never really understood why it got banned. Pot of Greed, I mean, let's just face it, we're now facing a meta where, again, Konami wants us to focus on the main deck for power. What better spell card aside from maybe, Monster Reborn, but we're talking about draw power right now. I mean, what better spell card for draw power to add to a deck than Pot of Greed? Because there's really no, you do this, you get this. It's just straightforward. You draw 2 cards. Now, I'm not saying take the cards off, make them unlimited or semi-limited, and keep them limited. Keep them limited, 1 per deck. That's good enough. Moving on to monsters, and one particular monster card one particular monster card, I'm sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words here, is a card called, and everyone knows this card. If you're brand new to the game, get familiar with this card, because if by chance it does come off the ban list, the Chaos decks are going to be running rampant throughout the entire fucking meta. That being said, the card I am talking about is Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. Very powerful card. I can understand why it got banned, but again, we're now facing a meta and an era in the game where Konami wants us to get back to the main deck as our main source of power. There might be a few other monster cards in the game that are banned that could be better examples to put as limited to go into a deck. But really, Dragon Master, I love my dragons, so my top pick is, of course, Chaos Emperor Dragon. For those of you not familiar with Chaos Emperor Dragon's effect, as you can see, I do have YGO Pro up over here, because unfortunately I don't own the card. I used to. It got damaged, so yeah. I still kind of remember some of its effect, but I want to be able to read the effect off word by word for you guys. So the effect for Chaos Emperor Dragon, first off, he has 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. He is a level 8 dark attribute dragon type monster. His effect reads, this card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by removing 1 light and dark monster in your graveyard. So again, if this card were to come off the ban list and be marked down to limited, the Chaos decks at that point, I look for them to run rampant throughout the entire meta, because this is literally like the best Chaos card that you could ever put in a deck, in a Chaos deck at that. So to finish off with the effect, you can pay 1,000 life points to send all cards in both players' hands and on the field to the graveyard. By doing so, you inflict 300 points of damage to your opponent for each card sent to the graveyard by this effect. It is a very potent card because of that effect, and again, it's that part of the effect that got it banned. Because let's face it, if you're running a scenario back in the days where this card first came out, long before Link monsters and even pendulum monsters, Okay? Even with the synchros and shit. Back when this card first came out, if you had a situation on the field where you had 5 monsters, including Chaos Emperor Dragon, and then 5 cards in your spell and trap card zone, plus a field spell on either side of the field, and your opponent had basically the same layup, 5 monsters, 5 cards in spell and trap zone, and each of you were holding at least 5 cards. Now, typically, in this day and age, that's unheard of, but there was a time, many of you will remember this, few of you who are new to the game won't, but there was a time when a situation like that could arise. And in that situation, if you had Chaos Emperor Dragon out, fuck it, I'll pay 1,000 life points, sneak the entire fucking board, and deal 300 points of damage to my opponent for each card. Between, say, 5 cards in each player's hand, there's 10 cards there. You have 5 on your side of the field, 10 on your side of the field between monsters and spell and traps, and the same for your opponent, plus 1 field spell. So right there's what, about 31 cards, something like that. So I'm gonna do the math for you real quick. So we're looking at 31 cards, and times 300, you're looking at a destructive total of 9,300 points. Even if the opponent still has the full 8,000 points at that point, you just nuked the field, dished out 9,300 points of damage. There's no coming back from that. I'm sorry. You're done. Adios. See you later. But again, it's that portion of Chaos Emperor Dragon's effect that got it put on the ban list to begin with. Again, if Konami is serious about us going back to our main deck as our main source of power, when the next ban list come out, or even on a future ban list after this one, Chaos Emperor Dragon definitely needs to come off of the ban list and to be put at the number 1 spot. Just because it's proving your point. You want us to do this, but to help us out a little bit, Konami, you need to do this. You need to take Chaos Emperor Dragon off of the fucking ban list. Put it as limited. You're proving your point at that point. Yes, you can still push your Link monsters. There's going to be many decks out there who are still going to make decks. There are going to be many duelists out there who are still going to make decks based around Link monsters. But for the select few of us who don't want to use any Link monsters at all, Chaos Emperor Dragon, I can't stress this enough, we need it off the ban list. We need it put as limited so that you're proving your point, and those who don't want to fuck with Link monsters, they want to build a Chaos deck, right fucking there. Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the beginning, and Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the end are the first 2 monsters I put in a fucking Chaos deck. But I digress a little bit on that. Damn, 20-minute video just telling you about why the face paint is on and going on about Chaos Emperor Dragon. Shit. So, I don't want to keep this video going any longer. I'll try to keep them around 20 minutes or less. I know some of them have been pushing 21 minutes with my discussions and shit like that. So, excuse me. So that's going to be all for this video. The other 2 particular archetypes that I was going to touch base on was the Cyber Dark archetype and concerning their new support, along with the Red Eyes Black Dragon archetype, and mainly concerning its new support as well. So I'm actually going to cut this video off now, basically. Just make another video going into the Red Eyes, and hopefully I'll be able to cover the Cyber Dark in that same video as well. So until next time, guys, this is your homie Dragon Master signing off. Peace.